Hey guys, it's a tired mama check-in. Today is cycle day 34. I am scheduled to get a blood draw, which will be a blood pregnancy test in 2 days. And technically I could test today. I probably could have tested like 2 days ago. And most likely if I were pregnant, I would get a positive by now. Like almost, like probably 90%. I mean, there's a small chance that if I were pregnant, I would get a negative just because my hormone levels were not high enough yet, but most likely I would get one. And then, yeah, so anyway, so I could test, but I kind of decided that this cycle I just wanted to do it a little bit different because you guys have probably seen how many, and not even all of them, but you have seen that I have just got so many negative tests. Sometimes my period comes before I can even test, but there's just been so many months where I tested and thought like this might be the month and then it's a negative, and there's nothing worse than seeing that negative test, at least for me. Like, I guess I would rather just have my period be the one to tell me you're not pregnant. I don't know why, because I think for me, when I'm actually taking that test, it's because I either feel like maybe I'm pregnant or like I have some hope thinking that, no, I don't think my period is coming. I have gotten to know my body so well, and I know that for me, I usually have pregnancy-like symptoms when my period is nearing, and so it's always so hard because so many months I think that maybe I'm pregnant. So I'm kind of expecting that if I'm pregnant, or when I'm pregnant, that I will probably feel a little bit different than what my period symptoms feel like, even though I have sore breast and, what else? Like, I don't know, like, I can't think straight right now, but I have a lot of the same symptoms that you would get if you were pregnant. I have felt a little nauseous the last few days, and I honestly was scared because Alyster just had the flu a few days ago. So over the weekend, I kept thinking like, oh gosh, I am getting the flu, but it wasn't. So that could be one symptom. My breasts are very sore. I'm not extra tired though. I mean, okay, I know I look probably pretty tired right now, but I got up at 5 a.m. and I've been working, and it's probably about 8:30 right now. So I just like haven't woke up all the way kind of thing. And I've been going to bed maybe a little bit earlier the last few days, but I wake up before 5 a.m. So, and I'm not tired during the day like at all. I could work the entire day and I'm not tired until bedtime. So I wouldn't say that I'm more tired, and I feel like that is a really big symptom that a lot of people have. When I was pregnant with Alyster, I'll tell you what I felt. So my breasts were sore. And then my stomach felt really weird. It felt full, but it also felt like tiny random little twinges, and not movement obviously, because he was like, you know, that's too early to be feeling movement, but I don't know how to explain it. I remember that when I found out I was pregnant, I told Hans a few days prior, I said, I feel like things are being built inside my stomach, which is the weirdest thing to say and funny to think that I ended up being pregnant, because when I was saying that, I was just being weird. I was literally just saying like how I felt, and I felt like things were happening on my insides, and it was. And I will say that in the last week or so, I have had very random twinges on either side of my stomach. I had pretty light cramping about 1 week exactly after my IUI. I had pretty light cramping for maybe 2 days, and I was telling my sister, I said, oh no, like I think I'm having period cramps already, and she brought it to my attention like, well, you're only like 7 days past the IUI, so like it's too soon for period cramps. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So that could be something like implantation happening, but I just don't want to think it too much through. I also think that these things could just be that my period's coming. I know I am trying to be hopeful and positive, and I think, you know, I I said that I was going to be positive, and you guys knew from the start that I have been pretty hopeful and just feeling really good about it, and I still do feel really good about it. I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself in the thinking process. I don't want to convince myself that I'm pregnant when that might not be the case, because I think that's going to hurt a lot more if I find out that I'm not pregnant. So trying to stay like in a middle ground here. I am emotional, but I always am around this time. And yeah, so like I said, I think I'm going to wait the 2 days, and we will go get a blood draw at the fertility clinic, and then I think then they call you with the results. It could be that day or the next day. She said if I'm getting my blood drawn in the morning that I should know by afternoon. And so I think what I'm going to do, because I just want this time to be different. I want to find out with Hans. So I think I'm going to have the fertility clinic just leave me a voicemail so that Hans and I can just listen to it together when he is off work. So that's what we'll do. I think that we will probably take a little bit of time, however much we feel that we need to soak in whatever it might be. Because if I'm not pregnant, I'm going to be pretty heartbroken, and I mean, I'll probably want to talk to the camera and talk to family and friends, but I don't know. If I am pregnant, I might want to take a day or two and find out how I want to tell you guys exactly. So just be patient there if you can. It's hard to plan this out. I am someone who likes to talk about what's going on. I love having the support. I love having you guys here along for the ride. I like this form of communication for my family and friends. I'm not someone that wants to call every single close family member and tell them what's going on. It's easier for me to do it this way. So I do realize that you guys are waiting and you're like just as anxious to know what's going on. And I always thought that, maybe I'll tell you like the exact second that I find out, but now that we are here, I don't know. So I will tell you guys as soon as I feel ready. And yeah, hopefully you can just keep sending positive thoughts. And I thank you guys so much for the support, and we will talk to you pretty soon. Bye.